Hello, everybody. All right, and welcome to my pick a card for this week. I think some of you know the drill already. What I do is I shuffle the cards and I let the cards fall out of the deck. Today you can see I got more than I bargained for. I've ended up with 8 cards. So what we do is I allow you to use your intuition to have a look at the cards, see which ones call to you. Maybe there's something small that you notice on the card that seems a little bit different or more, prominent to you than any other card there. You may choose 2, 3, 4 cards, whatever the case is, whatever you feel drawn to. A lot of people do choose more than one. But I give you a couple of seconds to have a look and see which cards do you want, which cards call to you today, what sort of stands out for you, or which one is your eye drawn to, whatever the case is. What does your gut instinct say to you? What does your intuition say? Which card you should pick, all right, or which cards you should pick. So I'm going to give you a couple more seconds, and then we're going to turn them over, and I'm going to give you my intuitive interpretation of the card. And what I may do is I may read from the book. I'm a bit reluctant to do that, but with oracle cards, I don't really mind, because I do believe that they are made with a specific purpose and intent by the creators of the card. So sometimes I will give you a message, but there may be something in the book that also helps out and gives you a message. All right. So hopefully by now you've all had a look and seen which card you are most drawn to. There's nothing here to be suggestive or try to lean you towards anything. The stones that are there are purely just to make it look pretty. Okay, there's nothing funny going on here. So I shuffled, and as they fell out, I put them in order from the top left to the bottom right. And you can pick whatever you want. All right, so let's get going. Let's see what the first card is here. Divine timing. All right. A lot of you, I think, are probably waiting for something. At the moment, you're waiting for something to come to fruition. If any of you are in the twin flame journey, you're probably so sick of seeing this card. But we do have to understand that things come to pass in perfect timing, and that sometimes there are things going on in the background that we are not aware of that have to fall into place before we can actually get what we want. And if we try and rush things or force a situation, we could end up with a little bit less than what we bargained for, as opposed to actually having a wonderful outcome and the most favorable outcome that we could have. All right. I do feel, because this little guy looks like he's a little cupid, that it could have something to do with relationships. And like I say, the twin flame journey, if anybody's following that or feels that they are part of that, then this could be speaking to you about that. All right. I think I'm going to keep them overturned today. The second one is body care. All right. For me, the body care one has a couple of meanings today. Sometimes it only has one meaning when I do a particular reading, but today I feel as if, first of all, we need to set everything else aside and take care of our well-being, take care of our bodies, do some self-care, which is never selfish. Go and have a nice salt bath or a bath with some essential oils in. Go and have a swim. Do something that gives you some time and does your body some good. Remember that releasing stress also is helping your body. Eating healthily, changing your lifestyle and your diet somehow, maybe doing a little bit more exercise than usual. Or just, maybe you just need to go and have a mani and a pedi and just spoil yourself a bit, or you need to go for a haircut and it's long overdue. But it's telling you now that your body care is important. It could also be that there are health issues that you're being negligent with. So, for instance, if you shouldn't be eating certain things and you are feeling a little bit yucky because you're not following the diet as you should, it's a little reminder to get back on track so that you can look after your body. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And that is with regards to your emotional and psychological health, all of the rest of it that is, potentially damaged through our very busy and demanding lifestyles. So it's a reminder to drop everything else right now, sit down and focus on how you can better take care of your body. That also includes, any kind of abuse that you put it through. Like I say, from maybe not eating well enough or not eating during the day because you're too busy working. That is abuse of your body. Your body is being depleted. So please take care, all right? Oh, romance. That's exactly who this little guy was pointing at. You see that? Okay, this is a wonderful card. This shows that either there is a new love coming into your life. So if that's what you've been manifesting or working on or wondering about, then if it's something you're wondering about, the answer is yes. It shows new romance coming into your life, and this could be renewed romance in an existing relationship as well. So that's something that you do need to remember. So it's either someone new coming into your life, new romance, or it is the romance will be reignited or reborn in your relationship, and you'll be able to sort things out. And if you've been estranged from each other a little bit, or you've been away from each other for a while physically, that this romance can be rekindled, and it brings in this loving energy. You see that? Make sure they're not blurred. It's a beautiful picture. Okay, so this is the answer, yes. If you're asking about romance, if you're trying to manifest it, if you're thinking, is this ever going to happen for me? Whatever your questions were, if this is the card that you picked, it's a very positive outcome for you. Celebration. All right, this could also have gone with something like a romance card. If you've chosen more than one card, it tells you that a time is coming for you to celebrate. There's going to be something to celebrate. I think especially after the new moon, because the moon, my eyes drawn to the moon in this picture as well to talk about it. And sorry, not the new moon, the full moon we've just had a couple of days ago. A lot of people have been purging negative energies and stuff. We've been doing it for months. We've been going through a hard time. It has not been easy. The full moon didn't make it any easier. Some of us really had some really like adverse effects to it, and sleeplessness and all of this kind of thing, but it's starting to ease off now. I don't know if the rest of you can feel it, but it's not as intense as it was. Usually like 3 days after the full moon, things start becoming a little bit easier, and this particular full moon is one of the most positive ones we've had. Even though it may not have felt like that at the time, this is bringing in all sorts of new beginnings, all sorts of amazing things into your life. So it's time to celebrate. If that means that you're celebrating that the full moon's gone because it made you feel crappy, then so be it. But know that good things are coming, and remember to say thanks. Remember gratitude. You see her arms are up. She is being grateful, and she's being expansive, and she's saying thank you. I'm celebrating, and I will not forget why I'm celebrating, and that I have to be thankful. We always remember to ask when we need something, but sometimes we forget to say thank you. And gratitude brings abundance. All right, I'm sure you've heard me say that before as well if you watch my readings, but it is a fact. The more grateful we are, the more abundant our life becomes, because we're sending out that energy and it comes back to us in the form of abundance. Okay, next card. Intention. All right, okay, so this is maybe telling you that you need to set an intention. Let me just see here. I talk often about manifestation and bringing things into your life, but with this one in particular, I feel that this is a very spiritual thing. This is maybe for you asking for protection and learning how to do that. If you feel that you need it from time to time, asking for balance. If you are looking for a more spiritual connection, you need to set the intent, and you need to set the intent that I'm going to be more spiritually minded, or I'm going to have better intuition, or I'm going to be more spiritually connected, and I'm going to do so in a safe way. I am protected. I know that I stand in my dominion. I'm sure of myself. I stand in my power. And it is safe for me to explore these kind of things and explore anything I want in my life that will bring me balance, will bring me harmony, will give me this peace of mind and this comfort in my soul through my intentions. And that I realize that my intentions form my reality. If my intent is to be miserable, then I will be miserable. If my intent is to grow, I will grow. If my intent is to help others, I will help others. So we have to remember that there are no neutral thoughts. And the power of intention is great. So we need to be very careful of what it is that we intend, because that manifests. All right, and this is on a spiritual level as well, very much so, telling you that you're spiritually protected and you can bring balance into your life through your intentions. So maybe they're a bit unbalanced, and some things need to be fixed there. Okay, let's get the light out of the way. Power. Okay. This one, I feel as if this is a result of some people who actually have been doing manifestation and who have been using intent, and that they are now seeing the results of it, or they're about to see the results of it. This is about things changing things about the past, getting rid of things in the past, and almost, it's almost like the magician card where you can manifest and create new things and create change in your life, and you bring about this change. You have the power to do this. And I also want to say that certain people have been able to do this through the power of their words. So whether it is affirming yourself and standing up for yourself with other people, whether it's through prayer or chanting or whatever, but I feel as if your voice has been used to manifest this power and this change in your life. And that it's almost miraculous kind of change, something that you didn't think could happen, and you didn't think you could leave the past behind with certain things, but you actually have been able to do this, and this has made you stand in your power and being in a very firm and assertive position, and standing your ground and standing solid. That's the kind of energy I get here from this. Whatever this was that has been done, know that it's either going to, you're going to see the results now of this power that you have been trying to assert, or it's actually happening now and it's just confirmation, and they're saying, well done, that you actually did this, because I get that it was quite a mission and that certain things had to be left behind or forgotten about, and there was some really maybe negative stuff that you had to deal with and work through. So this has made you a lot stronger. Okay. Oh, surrender and release. That's very similar. All right, so this power may have come through something like this. Surrender and release. This is talking about stuff to do with maybe relationships and emotions, the heart area, and how we deal with certain things, reflecting within ourselves, things that we may have done, others may have done to us. It's very emotionally based as far as I feel today, and certain things that we really need to get rid of. We've talked about out with the old, in with the new for months now. It is a process. If you haven't done it the first time, don't beat yourself up about it. Continue this purging process. Continue cleaning out your house, because that causes a physical, energetic shift. Focus on surrender and release all the time, all right? Keep going in all shapes and forms. Give things away, throw things away. Take cleansing baths, exercise, do a detox, whatever you can on every level to improve your environment, yourself, spiritually. Have a good cry and release certain things. Scream into a pillow because you resent somebody for something and you really hate their guts right now. Honor your emotions, feel them, and know that they are valid, but then move to a place of forgiveness. And remember what I always say to you, you don't have to forgive the act. Maybe what that person did to you really wasn't right, or that company, or whoever it is, but you can forgive that person and you can move on and say, you know what, no hard feelings, as long as, I still wish the best from you, just from over there, so you can't harm me anymore, and I'm going to walk away from it. I'm going to release it. All right. Don't hold all of that stuff. You see her pot is full of water. She's been holding on to that for so long, and it's at capacity, and it's now bursting. She's losing control. That can happen with emotional situations. All right. You need to ask for support from your guides. Say, help me to release this. Help me to find compassion, empathy, understanding, all of the stuff that I need to show love to the situation so that I can heal it for nobody else but for me. trust. Okay, so maybe you're asking a question about somebody that, that's on your mind, or there's something that you're unsure of, or a situation's not going your way and you're not sure where to go. This is saying trust. Please trust in the powers that be to do what they need to do. It sort of ties up with divine timing, same kind of thing. You need to trust that everything happens in the perfect time, that whatever's meant for you will be for you. And we also need to, I feel like I want to say, we need to remember to honor the seasons of our life. So there's always a summer and a winter, a birth and a death. Spring, autumn, everything cycles all the time. And we need to remember that, and that happens on a smaller scale in our day-to-day lives, throughout our lives. We have winters of our life where we have a really bad time. We have summers of our life where our health is good, we've got money, we go on holiday all the time. Then it peters off a little bit and we have a bit of an autumn, and then we have a patch that's not so great, but eventually spring comes again and everything's fine. And we need to remember that the seasons and the animals and the plants don't worry about that, because they know it's inevitable, that the wheel turns. And there are cycles, and they honor that, and they understand it. They hibernate when they need to. They eat a lot when they need to. They follow their instincts, and they trust that everything's going to be fine. So you need to trust and honor the cycles within your own life, your emotions, your relationships, and just trust that whatever happens, has its course that it needs to run. And also accept certain things like relationships that aren't anymore. Maybe they served their purpose, and you need to trust that there is something else that's coming. That lesson may be over, and there's something else that's coming for you now. All right. Abundance. That's a lovely card to have. Okay. For me, this is people who have been following their joy and following what inspires them, and are finally starting to see the fruits of their labor. There are a lot of people who have decided to do what they love as a job. And I'm almost feeling like this could be for this person or these people, that they have followed their true passion and they're now starting to see, hey, something may come of this. All this hard work that I've done, all the seeds that I've planted, I'm actually now starting to reap the rewards or see the fruit on the trees. And this is this abundance coming in. Remember, please, abundance does not have to be about money. It can be an abundance of friends. It can be an abundance of health where you've been unhealthy. It can be an abundance of people around you and people that love you and family and children. It can be people just rocking up at your house and you having a bad time. They don't know it, but they say, hey, I bought a whole bunch of this, so I brought you guys some, and it's exactly what you need. Just be grateful and keep receiving it. All right, it can be an abundance of information. It can be somebody offering you a wonderful opportunity. If it hasn't happened yet, know that it is coming. And if it has happened, remember to please also say thanks, okay? Because this is cause for celebration as well. So if maybe you chose these two cards together even. And finally, spiritual growth. Okay. With this card, I want to say that you are reminded that you are so much more than the physical body on this planet. You have so much expansiveness, and your spirit is capable of so much and reaching such far places and opportunities and potentials for growth, and especially spiritual growth. And this comes through releasing fears of certain things, releasing fears of trying something new, releasing fears of showing people what you're worth, or showing them a talent that you have. And as I said here, spirituality and creativity are very, very closely related. So spiritual growth can come through your creativity. Maybe there's a talent that you have, like you can play music maybe, or you are a dancer, or you sew beautifully, or you paint beautifully, and you've never shown anyone your pictures. Being creativity is close to godliness. and it connects you with the universe, and it makes you use parts of your brain that you don't usually use. So embrace this and work on your spiritual growth. Sit and meditate, sit and pray, whatever you do, depending on your religious or spiritual persuasion. Connect more, and you will be connecting with yourself. There is massive potential for expansion and spiritual growth for you right now. Alright, so whatever you feel you need to pursue, or that you need to work more on, or that you're enjoying doing at the moment, you think, hey, you know what, it's actually so cool to meditate for 10 minutes a day. I really feel that as if I'm feeling a difference. Continue to do it and continue on that spiritual growth, and you will see it will help you to get rid of old cycles, old things that you can't get rid of, old relationships, resentment, all of the stuff we were talking about for the surrender and release as well. This working on your spiritual growth and prayer and meditation can be a huge tool in this surrendering and releasing process. Okay, and that is it. So I'm giving you a quick sweep of what they looked like, just together if you chose more than one. And I really hope this spoke to you and that it helps you in some way for the rest of your week and the weekend. And I will be back with you in a couple of days. Take care and have a wonderful day further. Bye-bye.